Welcome back, everyone. You know what I just realized? I think this is one of the last videos you're gonna see before I move house with this setup. So soak it all in because new backgrounds are incoming, moving vlogs are coming soon. Anyway, that's not important. Today we're talking about the autumn trends that I love. I'm so excited to do this video. I love talking seasonally about trend predictions, current trends that we're already loving, my thoughts on them, and the specific things within my like fashion bubble. I feel like we're all in the same fashion bubble, which is why I love when you guys comment, especially on these videos, because for the most part, I feel like we're all so aligned and like on the same wavelength. So if you want to share your thoughts in the comments down below, please do. I've really tried to not repeat myself from like the last like 3 trend talky videos that I've done. I'll link the playlist if you want to go watch them. I feel like trends are slowing down and we are still wearing things that were trendy this time last year, where I feel like when I started doing these videos years ago, it felt way more like this is a big thing, now we're on to the next. And now I feel like we're seeing so much slow progression of trends. I don't know if you guys agree with that, or at least it feels like that within my fashion bubble here in London and the people I follow online. Like it all feels really nice and slow. So I've really not repeated myself. We're gonna start with stirrup and toeless socks / straps. This is nothing new. Like this has been around for quite a few years now. With no surprise, Miu Miu do this really well. They're known obviously for their layering, and I think the way they do it is so fun. And also Lucia Safdie in their recent SS26 presentation, the little neon pink, particularly that little strap, I love it. Also seeing a lot of people do like tights over heels and like tucking in the rips in their bottom of their jeans into their heels and that kind of thing. I feel like we're seeing a lot of like playful experimentation with the mix between your socks, your trousers, your shoes, and all of that, and it's so fun to see. This next one I did talk about in my current obsessions video, but I knew I was going to talk about it in this video, so it kind of feels like I'm not repeating myself too much, I guess. That is chic rain outfits, guys. I am obsessed with this. This is one of my top things that I'm really interested in trying to perfect with my wardrobe for autumn and winter, and I feel like the older I get, I realize the importance of investing in high quality pieces for different weather occasions like the rain, especially living in such a rainy country. It kind of makes sense, right? Like before I used to be really embarrassed to carry an umbrella around. At uni I would just like get myself soaking wet. I didn't really have rain jackets. And whether you go like the Gort core side, which I really love, I think they look so cool, or you go the more like high fashion way and maybe you're wearing like a really long raincoat. I just got one from Holzweiler, don't know how you say that brand. I'm really excited to style it up. I'm actually gonna do like a whole styling video on it. I actually love, as my collection of rain pieces develops, so I'd love to do a whole video styling outfits for the rain. And also rain hats. I've been seeing so many of these on Pinterest, and I've done a big Vinted search and same on Depop, but I really just can't find anything that I'm looking for. I think I need to go directly to these brands like Rains, for example, and like really invest in like a cool rain hat. I think they're really fun. I think they look really chic, and it would like really just finish off the outfit if you've got the boots, the jacket, the hat, the umbrella, all of that. I also really love Burberry vintage wellies in that classic check. I think it's timeless. I think it's iconic, but I can't justify it. Like I don't need another pair of wellies, but my friend Hayley, she wears these so well. I love the way she wears them with a pair of shorts and then a long trench. I'm excited to see other people wear rain outfits this season. So this one feels slightly more like a prediction because I haven't really heard people talk about it, and it's purely because of my full-on obsession with this one brand called Joanna Parv, and it's functional elegance. This is a quote coined by a Vogue article that I was reading about the designer. I'm utterly obsessed with this brand. It feels like more importance has been placed on wellness and sports and movement within our society within the last couple years, and more this year I'm seeing people wear workout outfits, both vintage and new brands, that I'm like, wow, I actually really love that as an outfit, not just as the practicality of the exercise you're doing. And it also makes me want to work out more and want to go to the gym, which makes total sense. Like if I'm putting together a gym outfit that I find really inspiring and really fun, like I'm gonna have a better workout. I do actually want to do a whole video around workout outfits because I've been collecting a lot of good secondhand pieces, and I'm really trying to like make up some fun combinations. And it was actually requested by 2 of you guys recently. I'm like, are you reading my mind? Because I'm literally planning on doing this video when I move house, so stay tuned for that. I love that her pieces are that hybrid of looking like you're on the way to the gym or you're going for a bike ride, but also heading to the office to take like a very important meeting all at the same time. Thinking a lot at the moment about, I wonder what my style is going to look like in the next like 10 plus years, and I really, in a dream world, see myself being like a Joanna Parv woman when I'm in my like 40s, my 50s. I think it is so elegant and so cool. I'm just obsessed with this brand and I love this notion of functional elegance. I just think it's fab. And speaking of Joanna's color schemes, particularly her use of grey and mint together, I think it's such a beautiful color combination, and I really see that being a bit of a trend this autumn winter. And I have this Joanna Parv bag where she's got the green dots on the grey bag, and I've been staring at this all of the tail end of summer and going into autumn, so just this bag alone made me add this to the list. But she uses those two colors so well together in like the head to toe looks. Fun hats. I feel like hats have been everywhere. Keep hearing people talk about it, keep seeing people on TikTok give hauls of some funky hats that they find. I feel like it was a very hat heavy year, especially at festivals. I feel like everybody was wearing them. Capes. I'm obsessed with capes this season. It would honestly be an ultimate dream of me to find a vintage Burberry cropped trench coat cape. I've already been putting it out there into the universe. If you guys ever come across them like on vintage sites, let me know, tag me in that, because I'm really after one. And the ones that I find are just like way too expensive for literally like a slither of material. But my friend Antoinette has this amazing one that I always think about, and it always comes up on my Pinterest, and I just love them. I love a little utility cape like this. Also people wearing capes in the more like poncho way with tassels. I think we've been seeing this for a while, so it's like nothing new at all, but I just think we're going to continue to see them, or people just getting big scarves and draping them around to make it look like capes. Draped low v-neck tops. We've definitely been seeing this a lot. I think from like the start of summer, I started to clock within my fashion bubble people wearing these type of tops a lot. And then I got my 1X blue top, which was like the perfect piece to do this style. And I love that you can have nothing underneath. I really liked wearing my Fruity Booty bra with that top and like seeing the straps, and like nothing lines up well. It's all very like purposefully having your bra on show, and I love that. And I think these tops are so great to do that. And that actually leads me on to, I guess it's a bit of a prediction. My friend Ruby, she tagged me in this TikTok where the creator was talking about the 2010s and how bras on show back then, it was like such a thing. I feel like I watched that TikTok thinking, oh my god, this is bringing me back to like the Tumblr days. This is so nostalgic, and saying how it's not long before that style is back again. Obviously the 2010s has been back in style for so long, and there's only a matter of months until people are wearing these kind of bras on show. And I saw Attico also did this recently, and I love that their bras had like the cute little bows on it, and it was such a sweet little feminine touch to the outfits. Ray-Bans. I feel like we've been seeing a lot of people wear Ray-Bans again this year. I love sunglasses. I've really had so much fun wearing them this year. I think it really helps with anxiety, with things like that. You know, some days you just want to walk out the house, you want to get to where you need to be, and you don't want to be seen. Obviously it doesn't fully camouflage you out, but I definitely find for me, I feel a little bit less seen and like a bit more calmer if you're having like an anxious day. But I think the automatic response to seeing somebody wear sunnies when it's not sunny, or you like wearing them inside, is that you're an arsehole. You think you're better than everyone else. What, you're famous? You need to like hide? Like, it's giving that, and I don't want it to give that. I just want it to give like, oh, that's a nice pair of sunglasses, you know? You can't go wrong with a classic Ray-Bans. They will never go out of style. They never won't look good. And speaking of sunglasses, big sunglasses being back in. You guys know I'm obsessed with like the Isabel Marant and Chloe aesthetic that everyone else is loving at the moment. Those big 60s and 70s inspired vintage frame paired with like a fur trim jacket. You just look so dramatic and extra. I love it. Also the full blackout version of that in like a more modern high fashion way, specifically with those Tom Ford sunnies that it seems like everybody's got at the moment. I love them. I think they're so fun. Fur collars on jackets and like general shrug details. This has been a thing for a while, and I don't know when it was. Maybe it was like last winter or something. I spoke about people doing little fur collars tied over dresses. I think we're going to continue to see that, and I've been seeing a lot of people wear their scarves in that way, which kind of make it look, I guess, like a choker or something. You know, when you have like the scarf hanging on the back of you. I think they look so good. I think they're so fun for formal events, especially as we go into the winter season. There's going to be a lot of like festive parties and people dressing up a little bit more than normal, I would say. And I think wearing a little collar like this, a little vintage fur or faux fur scarf looks really fun, and it definitely keeps you warm if you're wearing like a little strapless dress or something. I just think they look so chic, and I love the fur collar details on jackets and coats. I think they look so good in that like vintage 60s style down to like vintage bomber jackets and that kind of like aviator pilot style jackets. I think they also look really good. For so long I really wanted to get like a detachable fur collar for jackets to do that, and literally went to the charity shop yesterday and I found a leather jacket, this old Topshop, and it has the built-in fur, which is going to be so handy to add to different jackets because I can just undo it and like clip it on. And I have a haul coming soon, so you can watch that if you want to see the jacket that I found. Fringe details in the form of tassels. People do like fringe key rings and like tassel fringe pieces, and I think it looks really good when it's done like in leather fringe tassel key rings on a matching leather bag. So good, so chic. I love it. Also with my friend Melissa Tida, I've said this on the channel before, she made this upcycled tassel keyring from the stripe fabric of her matching dresses, and I love the way that looked. I actually did that DIY. Should I show you? It's really bad. I tried to do it. I don't really think you can see the stripes, and I cut the tassels way too long, so I trimmed them, and now I trim them way too short. Like, it just looks stupid. Leather gloves. Nothing new, nothing crazy in the winter time. It makes total sense to wear leather gloves. I think we're going to continue to see. I think it's really going to be so strong this autumn winter. I think leather gloves are so chic. They look so good. I think honestly it is a reflection of my age, and like the older I get, you're obviously going to match your winter accessories to your winter coat. The more like smarter coats that I get, the more smarter hats, scarves and gloves I'm going to want to wear, if that makes sense. And fingerless gloves, I really thought they were going to be more of a trend at the start of last winter than they actually were, but it feels like now people are really getting onto them again, and I think they look great. I really have to thank Claudia Winkleman. I'm not kidding. Seeing her in the Traitors wear them with the cape, so good. I think she convinced me that they were like the best accessory ever, and I only recently found a pair. I did get them at a very cheap rip-off stand in Covent Garden like 10 minutes before the Sinead Gorey shoot with Chloe to finish off my look, which is bad because they were obviously cheaply made and are not gonna last. Like, the thread is falling off already. Like, I thought it looked really good with my look. I feel like it really completed it, and I've been wanting to experiment with fingerless gloves for a really long time, and I love knit fingerless gloves in the autumn winter, so why not do that in a leather fabric, and it will just look so cool and so chic. I keep saying the words like cool, chic and timeless, but it's true, guys, it's true. Stripe patterns in gold and white together. I feel like this has to be a prediction because it's so niche, it's so random, but I went thrifting to Portobello Market with Ruby back in the summer, and I found these vintage diesel capris in this color combination. They were very like clown core, and I really couldn't get them out of my head, and then Hannah Creek released a striped top in a very similar stripe colorway, which I absolutely love, and I have that top, and I just thought, hey, I think that's going to be a bit of a trendy color combination, maybe only within my fashion bubble. I don't know, it's quite specific, but I love that color combination together. I think it's very autumnal. Marching band jackets. This is huge. I feel like this has been a thing again for a while, and I love it. I really, really love it. I've been on the hunt for one. I've bought a couple over the past like year and a half. They haven't been right. They haven't been right. I feel like I need like a true vintage one that almost feels like I'm playing dress up and wearing a costume. Like, that's the vibe that I want. I think they look amazing, whether you go full steam on that side of it or you get one that's very like loosely inspired, a bit more like Jane Norman 2000s with the buttons, very simple. And also on this current runway, McQueen, for their SS26 show, they did a couple marching band jackets, which was so good to see. The styling was excellent with the low-waisted trousers. Like, they all just look phenomenal. So hot, so cool. Loose capris and wearing them for the autumn winter. Maybe they're balloon style, maybe they're bubble hemlines, etc. And in the summer, there was that Free People bloomer vintage inspired pair that went pretty viral, I guess you could say. I think they're so cool. I really, really love them, and I actually think they're a piece that can last virality because it's so vintage inspired. In my opinion, I can really see it outliving the status of a micro trend. I don't know if anyone else agrees, but I think it'd be fun to see people wear those in the autumn with a pair of buckle boots specifically, or like ankle buckle boots and balloon capris. I cannot not mention the Offcut X Patricia balloon capri trousers. Definitely something very trendy in my fashion bubble, but it feels like so many people bought these when they came out with them recently. I love that they brought them out at the start of autumn as well, because it's exciting to see how people can wear them for the autumn winter, again with like buckle boots. My friend Ruby has them and she styled this outfit in like the best way. It's one of my favorite outfits she's ever worn, and I think she styled it perfectly for autumn. Studded boots. It's within that category of like that rock star girlfriend 2010s kind of Isabel Marant vibe that has been in for a while and that I personally love. I've been wanting a pair of studded boots like this with those like the kind of like pyramid pointed studs. Yeah, I want a pair of ankle boots with them all over them. I think they look so good. Vintage slogan graphic tees. I've said this before, so it kind of feels like I'm just repeating myself with it, but I wanted to say it because I feel like it's going to continue to be huge this autumn winter. And undoubtedly it all trickles down from the Amsterdam based vintage seller No Girl. They style these tops so well. They convinced me to go and increase my collection of vintage graphic tees. They got me searching on eBay with safe searches on. The vintage single stitch cotton t-shirts, the fabric is incredible. The way it sits on your body is just unmatched compared to new brands making slogan t-shirts. Like, it's just incomparable. I have also said this one before, which is kind of going against my whole point of saying that I wasn't going to do that, but tying things around your waist, I keep seeing it at the moment where I'm like, I gotta say it because I feel like it is just going to be another big trend this autumn winter. I think it looks so good when you tie long sleeve t-shirts around your waist. Maybe they're a pop of color, maybe they're a different pattern, they stand out against the rest of the outfit. It's like purposeful layering that's also practical because you can carry your layers around with you and then it becomes part of the outfit, if you know what I mean. I really love it in the autumn winter where you wear a long coat, you have it open and it reveals the layering within your outfit. And I was at a pottery class the other day with the ceramicist Maze and she was wearing this, and with the bandana, like her outfit was so effortless, art girl in the studio. It was such a perfect outfit, and just seeing her the other day wear it made me put it down in this video because I was like, I have to talk about it. Hairpins and hair clips, we're not going to stop seeing these. Especially hairpins are like those vintage style where you have like the base and then the stick that goes through, and I think they're so cute. They really add such a fun accessory to your hair. Also side parts, it's really felt like the year of the side part, like everybody's getting them, and also doing like quite obvious side fringes and tying them down with little clips. I think it's so cute. Camo print, I really feel like we're going to continue to see this. I've been seeing it everywhere at the moment, people wearing camo t-shirts and shorts and bags, and I love it. It's one of my favorite prints, and I recently got this camo cap that I want to wear all autumn winter. So yeah, I just feel like we're going to continue to keep seeing camo print. Off-white and cream ivory bags, especially vintage ones. I think these are so nice, and I said this in my current obsessions video, and I was chatting there about how I see wearing these like white and off-white bags in the winter time feels like it becomes a neon color because we're often wearing darker color palettes in the winter. Having that pop with the white bag really just feels like a neon to me. And we're finishing on a very similar note, which is the vintage Chloe Paddingtons. They're back. I feel like I saw so many people wear them this summer, especially in the off-white cream ivory colors is where I like first saw it, and I thought, okay, it's so nice in this colorway, but obviously they do it in so many different colorways. I love the big lock on there, and obviously Chloe's been such a trending brand already this year for the rest of their pieces, and I've also seen a lot of Chloe wallets at the moment. I think they're so fun. The lock is such a nice detail. I think it's so cool. And yeah, that is everything, guys. I would love to know your thoughts in the comments down below, and subscribe if you want to. Follow me on my socials if you want to, and I will see you in my next video.